Hey guys, I'm Elegant and Shoe, and welcome to another update vlog. And yes, I've got both arms free now. I could take off my sling a couple of days ago, so I feel much more better now with my arm because it's healing and it's all getting better. I just gotta be careful though, so it doesn't come out of place because that kind of suck. But I know last week I did mention that Pokemon Smash would do an announcement last night, and to be fair with them, they did do an announcement, but maybe it wasn't what we were hoping for. Because it was only said that they were going to do an announcement rather than an actual Pokemon Black and White 2 announcement, and that's what they did. They just announced that the directors of the show were going to have a battle against each other or something like that, or compete against each other, Team Violetta and Team Keldeo, so unfortunately there's not really any new information there, but they did actually say they're going to release some Pokemon Black and White 2 information next week, so we can look forward to that because that's probably going to be some more information, what we're going to want. But don't rule out what they announced yesterday, because they did mention that it was Team Violetta and Team Keldeo, which prior to this had nothing to do with each other since they were two totally different Pokemon. Keldeo was of the fourth of the trio of the legendaries. It's all confusing and stuff that we don't understand yet. And Violetta was sort of a singing Pokemon that had nothing to do with Keldeo and all that sort of thing. So that was kind of strange that they put them together as two different Pokemon. Put them together as two different Pokemon. But they put them together as two of the opposites in a competition. So that was kind of strange. And that could be something to do with the announcements next week. Maybe Keldeo and Violetta are have two roles in the Pokemon Black and White 2 storyline, and maybe there's all more stuff about that. So let's really hope that we're going to get some useful information next week, and maybe it'll be to do with Keldeo and Violetta. That'd be pretty cool because I know Pokemon like to do little hints like that. But anyway, on to the information and the updates. I know a couple of days ago that Amazon, well, the Japanese Amazon, did put up a product listing for a prototype for the 3DS covers of Pokemon Black and White 2. They'll be in the sidebar somewhere, and on these prototypes of these covers was each of the legendaries, Black Kyurem and White Kyurem, and they showed the image of the Pokemon, the height, the weight, and the typing of the Pokemon, which is the most interesting thing, because prior to this, a lot of people thought the types of the new legendaries was going to be Dragon and Fire and Dragon and Electricity, which is basically the same as Reshiram and Zekrom. But this is something different. This says the typing of both of these Pokemon are Ice Dragon, the same as Kyurem, which is kind of weird because they are actually a fire type of Kyurem and an electric type of Kyurem, yet they don't have the typing of fire or electricity, which is quite strange because if you look at the box art, which will also be in the sidebars, they have basically some red fire that's meant red art stuff that's meant to represent fire, and a blue art stuff that's meant to represent electricity. And yet these Pokemon aren't a fire or electricity type. So how would this work? Well, since these are only prototypes, it could be that these aren't 100% correct. And maybe, just maybe, Game Freak might introduce a third typing to these Pokemon. And a lot of you are probably going, what? No, they're not. And that rhymed. But yeah, that's what the first thing I would have thought if someone had said that to me. But since no one ever even expected Pokemon Black and White 2, and all the new things that Pokemon are doing, like releasing the English versions so soon after the Japanese versions, and they're just changing so much Pokemon, they might just do this to change because they've already changed so much and they've already released so many surprising things. It wouldn't be as surprising if they released a third typing, because that's what they like to do at the moment, release like surprising things. But I still don't think they'd do it because there'd be a massive changes in game to all the typing and attacks and things like that. There'd be huge changes, and if they do that, some more Pokemon might be, and there'll be like 6 times weaknesses, which would be way too bad. But that's quite interesting what they did there. But that's pretty much it for the information, and all the prototype of the 3DS covers will be in the sidebars, so you can check that out. But that was quite interesting. So since there's not really any information this week, and hopefully more information next week, I'm going to talk about a few theories because I haven't talked about theories in any of these update vlogs because I've just been busy talking about information and updates. So yeah, there's been a lot of hype about the new adventure and new storyline of Pokemon Black and White 2, because it's basically been quoted everywhere that it's a new adventure and it's a new storyline, and therefore probably the storyline is going to be expanded and there's going to be more about N and more about Team Plasma. But where will this take place? Because pretty much in every town in the previous Pokemon Black and White games, you saw something about Team Plasma, NN, and your rivals, and it was very, very busy, and the storyline was that. So what I'm thinking is that the storyline might be extended around the whole region of Unova, because before the storyline was pretty much confined to the first half of Unova, which basically was the main game, and afterwards was the post game where you didn't really see much of Team Plasma other than the Seven Sages, and they didn't even do much. You just found them and luck came and stuff like that. So maybe they're going to incorporate the whole of the region, and you're going to see N extended, and there's a whole bunch of stuff which would be really cool, I think, and that's probably quite a valid theory since the storyline is going to be extended. So I'm actually looking forward to finding out a bit more about that. But if you think about it, if the whole region's incorporated to be the main game and have the storyline in the whole region, they're going to have a post-game part, a different place where you can go post-game. This will also have to be like something detached from Unova, since it always has been. So it could be something like the Sevi Islands in Leaf Green and Fire Red, or it could be you could be able to go to another region from the older games, which would be really cool, like Ruby Sapphire, like the Ruby Sapphire ones of Hoenn, or Sinnoh from Diamond Pearl, which would be really cool. I think that would be a very good thing to incorporate into the game. But the thing is, I doubt that they're going to do that. They're probably going to do something islands around the side of Unova or something like that, like they've always has done. But the reason that they would do Hoenn is because there's been a lot of hype about the remakes of the Hoenn games, and Nintendo hasn't released anything about the Hoenn remakes, and well, a lot of people did really want it, so they might incorporate the remakes into this game. Since Pokemon are changing a lot and they might not carry on to do remakes, they might just incorporate the remakes into this game, which would be really interesting, because after Unova you could go to Hoenn, and that would be quite interesting, I think, if Pokemon did that. And it would make very much sense, since everybody did really want the Hoenn remakes, but maybe Game Freak didn't really want to just do the Hoenn remakes. So that would be really cool if you got to see another region, but we're probably not going to see that, since it is sort of incorporating two different games into one, and they could make more money off having them as separate games, so I doubt they're going to do that. But in every, that's pretty much about the in-game info, but in every new game they make, they usually add additional graphics and new fancy things like that, like Pokemon animations moving about in battle, and also like Pokemon walking about with you, like in Heart Gold Soul Silver, which was loved greatly in Heart Gold and Soul Silver. But unfortunately, they removed that in Black and White, which was like disappointing for everybody, and everybody misses it now. So that's not as good. Like, everybody really wanted it in Black and White, but they didn't carry on to bring it in. And that's probably because all the graphics and things like that, all the graphic updates, and it'd be really difficult to incorporate the Pokemon walking with you, like all 650 as well. But now they've already made all the graphics and stuff in Pokemon Black and White, they might just add more, add the sprites, the overworld sprites of Pokemon into it. It'd be quite interesting if they did that, and it'd be a very big incentive for people to buy it, or even if they have Pokemon Black and White. And I think it's very likely that Game Freak will do that, so it's very interesting if they do that. But that's pretty much it about the graphics and all that sort of theories. There's just one more theory I want to talk about, is that secret bases. I mean, a lot of you are like, why are you talking about that? But in every game since the Hoenn games, you've had secret bases. In Hoenn, you had all the caves, all the tree houses. It was a major part of the game. You had the whole department store dedicated to selling stuff for it. And in Down to Pearl, you had the underground finding gems to get your all the sofas and things like that, furniture to go on your house, and you could decorate your house and everything. It was really cool. But they took that out in black and white, and it was one of the other things they took out other than the Pokemon sprites. And I know a lot of people did really like the bases and the customizing thing, and they did say they're going to have additional features for like DSi and 3DS, and this could be the additional features, or part of the additional features, because well, if you do release the remakes of Ruby and Sapphire, then they're going to have the bases in there pretty much definitely, because it would be stupid if they didn't incorporate that into it, because it was such a big part of the game in Ruby and Sapphire. So they might just do that in this game. But another reason is that if they do incorporate the Ruby and Sapphire, the Hoenn, into the Pokemon Black and White 2, like I said previously, you can go to the region afterwards, then you're definitely going to have to incorporate the bases. This would be really interesting to do, because it'd be another incentive to buy it, and it'd be another difference. And it would fit to them announcing that they're going to have new features, and I think that might be a very valid thing, that they could do secret bases. So that's pretty much it for the theories in this episode, because we're already at 11 minutes. I really do need to stop now. But hopefully next week we'll see some more information from Pokemon Smash. And don't forget to leave a comment about what you think about the new theories and what Pokemon are going to do. I'll give you a question of the day. Why not? Question of the day. What typing do you think Black Kyurem and White Kyurem are going to have? Do you think they're going to have a third type, or do you think that they're just going to have Ice and Dragon, and maybe just have like electrical and fire moves? So tell me what you think about that. So I'll see you next week, hopefully with some more information. Thank you for watching. See you next Sunday.